good evening. I'm Jackie. I'm a computer science student at York. I am taking EECS1012, and as you can see, this is going to be the blog post for Lab 1 based on the super artsy title at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. I'm going to be posting these probably once or twice a week, depending on how often we have labs. The course is focusing on web and mobile app development using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I'm going to take a moment to apologize for my mic. I messed up, so yep, we're stuck with the laptop mic, so sorry. Anyway, I started out by downloading VirtualBox and running the packaged VM that we were given from our professor, which is currently using CentOS as the operating system. And it came with Atom and the information I need to be able to putty onto the servers and anything else I kind of need for this class if I want to set it up the same way that the lab computers are set up. The next thing I did was I set up a Dropbox. It's probably going to be the thing I'm using for the rest of the semester and just generally my computer science career at York. It's kind of like having a USB key, except that it's online, so I can kind of use it from wherever I want to, instead of having to worry about if I forgot the thing at home, to use it from work, class, whatever. I just upload the files, I download them, and then I re-upload them. It's great. Anyway, so we were given this pre-CV to start with. Is you can see it kind of has everything is just thrown into it to start. We have the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript is all in this one file, which makes it kind of messy. It's cluttered. It's not really nice to look at. It's not the end goal either. It's kind of like a stylistic thing. So you can see here, got this little chunk here. Just kind of scrolling through this one more time. You can kind of see this indenting, just giving it how it looks as code. Got some writing in there for actual English. This is what the table looks like. Here's a little bit of the JavaScript, the little bit that's actually in here, and just the rest is basically HTML. So as you can see on the right hand side, I have the preview. I unfortunately can't show this on the Android device as I don't have it here, so no tablet preview, I'm sorry. But you get this one, which is totally great. You can kind of see that my name is Blue up here. This is definitely my real name, definitely my real address. I've got just kind of my CV. It has a little bit of what I'm doing. There's a little HTML table that I pointed out over here. Kind of just a little bit of information. We were asked to make the font purple for headers 2 and blue for header 1. So as you can see, my name is Blue. These are, well, I'm pointing at it. You can't see that. This is purple, and right here's a little bit of JavaScript just saying the date of the last time that this CV was updated. So the next thing we did was we split this up into 3 files so that it's a little bit easier to read through. I made a mistake. I'm just going to pretend it didn't happen, but as you can see, this is the CSS file. So you have the body of H1, a little bit of information for the contact in the picture, H2, we can see its margin, background color, all of this information that kind of makes it look the way it does. So, good enough. We go over to JavaScript, very, very short. We just have the function start, which is saying that we're getting this function now. And we have the inner HTML, which is just saying last updated plus the date. So, as you can see over here, last updated, here's the date with the time and everything. It's fabulous. And then we have the main chunk of what makes up the CV in this file for the HTML. So you can see that we have the title of it. This is saying that we're using JavaScript. Here's the source for the JavaScript. We're saying that our style sheets for CSS are here and that this is the source for CSS. These are all, of course, in one folder so that the pathing isn't broken. You keep scrolling through, more or less same information. This is just the HTML portion. Basically, the goal of this assignment was just to get a quick overview of how the 3 work together and just kind of make something small to kind of get an idea of what it looks like when you actually take this code and you make a visual out of it. Until next time, have a good night.